One of the two fundamental themes of this synod is helping young people find their vocation.
Non abbiamo paura degli impegni definitivi, degli impegni che coinvolgono e interessano tutta la vita. In questo modo la vita sarà feconda.
La vocazione in fondo è la risposta.
Vocation is the authentic response of every man, woman and young person to the call that God places in his or her heart.
Theologian Giuseppe Di Virgilio participates in the synod as an expert on vocation and the Bible. He says that the stories of vocation are like an exodus, making people abandon what they have in exchange for something more precious.
Nell'Antico e nel Nuovo Testamento davvero.
In the Old and New Testaments, there is a long series of vocation stories that show how young, old, married, famous or rich people respond to God's call in an extraordinary way.
Since we are all God's creations, we all have a vocation. It is a vocation that is shaped throughout the course of our lives.
Maria del Pilar Rio is a professor at the Pontifical University of the Holy Cross and is an expert on lay theology and the vocation to lay celibacy.
What does lay celibacy mean? That God calls some people to live out celibacy in the midst of the world. Yet it is not only living in the midst of the world, but also transforming their existence to a specific call and mission from God. The person who lives lay celibacy out is in profound union with Christ. He is called in some ways to identify himself with the years of Christ's life that he spent entirely dedicated to his Father. Living in Nazareth, working as a carpenter with his neighbors and friends, that is our model.
One example of a vocation to lay celibacy is that lived out by some men and women in Opus Dei.
I have met many people, men and women who through their professional life have made this dedication to God with an indivisible heart, as a service to the church and to God and to people. I think that lay celibacy is a marvelous testimony in this world of ours that often lives in darkness. It is a marvelous testimony of God's love, of a response to God's love that is gratuitous and disinterested. It is a love of God that enlarges the heart in such a way that everyone fits.
In short, she explains that lay celibacy involves renouncing marriage and a family, yet it does not involve renouncing love, nor a spiritual paternity or maternity.